Douglas Allen Bickford. It is the 18th of August, 2022, about 8:51 a.m. here, Pacific Standard Time, broadcasting live out of my 105-year-old house here in Klamath Falls, Oregon, which happens to be my hometown. I am a self-taught psychiatrist, therapist, counselor. The reason I am self-taught is because I have thousands of hours studying psychiatry and how the brain functions. It's called the science of the mind. I don't have a formal degree from a college because I don't need it. I don't have to have all the mathematics, the arts, the English, all the other prerequisites to get from a college professor so I can get the college degree. It's called self-taught. They make books that you can learn from about psychology of the brain. You don't have to go to college to get that degree. All them professors and all that stuff, they majored in English, mathematics, or whatever, or psychology to become a psychology professor, get a doctorate in that field, right? They all studied it out of books, okay? That's exactly what I did, but I went right to the heart, the meat of the subject of how the brain functions, and I taught myself how the brain works. It's like I'm a self-taught musician, right? I haven't gone to school one iota to learn how to play the guitar, the banjo, the mandolin, the piano, okay? I've taught myself because of books. So that's why I'm self-taught. So it makes me qualified as a self-taught psychiatrist because I know how the brain functions now, because I study the science of the mind on my own. To help you all out there, okay? I am offering a free service, 1 hour therapy sessions a week, 4 times a month. I specialize in emotional, sexual, and physical abuse because I'm a victim. I have learned, because of all my studies of the brain, how to heal myself. I can help you and teach you how to heal yourself also. Call me to schedule your therapy sessions, 458-232-5238. Emotional, sexual, and physical abuse has happened to literally billions of people, okay? It's a sad thing to say, but most of us have been emotionally, physically, or sexually abused. And people don't ask for help for it and stuff all the pain of it because we are being trained and taught that it is a weakness to ask for help. So people stuff all the pain of that because they're embarrassed by it. They don't want anybody to know about it. It happened to me, all 3 of those things. And I have healed myself and learned how to heal myself, okay, by studying the science of the mind, because it's all about our minds, okay? We all have the power to change ourselves. So that's why I'm here on today's date, helping you and offering this service. Like I said, there have been billions emotionally, sexually, and physically abused. And my number, one more time, 458-232-5238. Call me, and you can get beyond your training and accept that you feel pain, and you can ask for help. It is not a weakness, it is strength. So, I am on YouTube and Facebook for absolutely one reason, and that's to help you be positive about how, where, and what you are. The more positive you are about yourself, the more you will get. And in order to be positive about yourself, you have to fix your unhealthy mind. And the only way to fix your unhealthy mind is to attain and maintain a thing called self-esteem. Comes out of this book right here. Her name's Dr. Susanna McMahon. She has a doctorate in psychology. She also has a master's in philosophy. She is my trainer. Okay, this is where I learned how to get a healthy mind, is from her, and I learned how to teach it too from her. Okay, that's why I'm qualified to help you all out there. Anyway, she's 73, lives in Madrid, Texas with her husband. She wrote this book called The Portable Therapist 30 years ago, published in 1992. It was, every lesson in it talks about how we've been taught and trained not to have a healthy mind, not to have self-esteem. She's had thousands of clients. Her clients would pay her big bucks to fix their unhealthy mind. And since she knew they didn't have self-esteem because nobody was teaching them how to get it, she had to come up with a concept to be able to tell her clients to do to give themselves self-esteem. Nobody can give you self-esteem, and except for you. And she had to let them give themselves self-esteem so she could fix their unhealthy minds. Okay, and here's that very simple concept from Dr. Susanna McMahon, and now from Douglas Allen Bickford here in Klamath Falls, Oregon, which nobody's ever told you ever before, because nobody's teaching it except for me, Hua, in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Say 4 things to yourself in the mirror daily without fail. Okay. I love you. I love my inner child. I'm worthy to be loved. I'm worthy to love. I am full of goodness. Those 4 things to yourself in the mirror daily, instead of criticizing yourself, folks, will instantaneously give you self-esteem. But to maintain that self-esteem, you have to practice it. It's like lifting weights. If you start lifting weights and you stop, you have to start over from scratch. Self-esteem is the exact same thing for the brain. So you'll have to say it to yourself daily for the rest of your life, literally. It'll take you less than 10 seconds. I love Douglas Allen Bickford. I love my inner child. I'm worthy to be loved. I'm worthy to love. I am full of goodness. The reason she came up with mirror therapy is, and why it's so powerful, is because we cannot lie to ourselves in the mirror. It's a psychological event that happens, okay? When you get in front of the mirror, you can't say good things about yourself. And those 4 things are very good things to say to yourself in the mirror daily, because you can't lie to yourself in the mirror. But you can very easily say bad things about yourself, because that's how you feel about yourself. You can't say good things to yourself because you don't feel that way about yourself, and you can't lie to yourself in the mirror. So, the very first time you do it, folks, you'll have to force yourself to do it. Force yourself beyond that very strange and awkward feeling that you have. Even when I tell you that, you like call me crazy. You're thinking I'm crazy because I'm telling you that. That's called a defense mechanism. Don't turn me off, and just say 4 things to yourself in the mirror without fail for the rest of your life. Seriously. And that will give you self-esteem, and you will maintain it. Okay. Self-esteem is the absolute most important thing you can have as a human being. And the reason that is, there's 2 reasons. We can't be content without it. We also cannot, we can't be content without it. And what content is, you feel good about how, what, and where you are. It's also known as internal peace. There are 12 things. Gambling, television, religion, material possessions, people, or money. Those 12 things are known as externals. They are outside of yourself. They will make you feel good temporarily and make you content, but they will never ever make you permanently content. The absolute only thing that's going to make you permanently content and have internal peace is to attain and maintain self-esteem by the 4 things to yourself in the mirror daily for the rest of your life. The next reason, you just think about the drug and alcohol buzz, right? The high and the buzz. It always feels good when you're under the influence of the alcohol buzz or the drug high, right? So you have to do more just to make yourself feel good again. And that's why people get addicted to both drugs and alcohol, okay? And then the other 10 things are exactly the same. The next reason that it is the absolute most important thing you can have as a human being is to attain and maintain self-esteem is this. We can't love without it. We also can't be loved. So, 2 people without self-esteem will attract each other. If you have it, you will get somebody with it. And there's a lot of people without it because nobody's teaching you how to get it except for me. Seriously, folks, that's the way it is. Especially in a live video. But anyway, so you'll attract somebody who doesn't have it. So what happens is, after the good feeling goes away that you had when you first met that person, right? The relationship becomes toxic because you don't have self-esteem, right? So that's when that fights and the arguments start. The getting in the car and going down the road, trying to get away from the person, telling your family and friends how terrible these people are to you. So what happens because the relationship became toxic is the 2 will divorce and separate. And there's billions of people this is happening to. Anyway, so you'll divorce or separate, and then the same 2 people will go jump back in another relationship without self-esteem, and the exact same thing will happen. The next thing that'll happen to you that got together with no self-esteem is they'll stay in that relationship forever because they're being codependent on each other. They can't be alone. They're afraid to leave. They don't want to be a failure. They don't want to be an embarrassment to all their family and friends. They have nowhere to go. So they'll stay in that relationship forever. And then all the emotional, physical, and sexual abuse that those 2 did to themselves and to their children all gets swept under the rug, and it becomes a dysfunctional family at that point. And dysfunctional families produce more dysfunctional families, and like I said, everything just gets swept under the rug by all the families, and then the cycle continues. Dysfunctional families make more dysfunctional families. The very last thing that'll happen is the 2 that have been in many failed relationships or marriages will just exit out of the romantic scene and be completely alone. And they'll use the 11, 12 things to try to be content. But you can't be content without attaining and maintaining self-esteem. So they're going to be just as miserable as they were alone without self-esteem that they were in the relationship without self-esteem. So that's all the things that will happen, okay? And 2 to get together with no self-esteem. So, my style of therapy, I have the cure, I have the fix for all of those scenarios I just mentioned out there, to all of you out there, to the tune of billions of people, okay? if all parties involved said 4 things to themselves in the mirror daily without fail for the rest of their life, it will fix a toxic relationship if you're in one. It will fix the loneliness and being miserable all alone out there. And then all the parties involved get this book and go through it a chapter at a time. Do the many other concepts in this book that will fix your unhealthy mind. Okay. And you'll be able to get in a good relationship. And if you're in a toxic relationship, it'll give the person that wants change the strength and the courage to remove themselves and not be abused anymore. Okay? So, all that said, I'm going through this book one lesson at a time, and here's that next lesson. Lesson 13. Why am I good? This is essentially a philosophical question, which is only asked in therapy after the client begins questioning the doing model. And every lesson in this book talks about us, how we've been taught and trained not to have self-esteem. And here is another example of that. And not to have a healthy mind. By questioning the doing model, their previous training, and the nature of good and evil. Most of us go through life assuming that we are not good and that we need to be punished or controlled or contained, as our true natures are based on bad. It comes from all the religions, folks. One of the ways they've done this, saying we're born bad, right? One school of thought defines man as essentially bad. From this philosophy involved the need for power and control, for institutions such as church and state to control the masses. It's all true, folks. These institutions use punishment and strong discipline to keep order, to frighten into submission, and to prevent the spreading of our inherent badness. This school of thought believes that man cannot make decisions and needs strong leadership, dictatorship in parentheses, to prevent the crowd from running amok. The opposite school of thought, which is the way I am now, chooses to believe that man is inherently good, of God, and that when presented with a choice, prefers to do goodness, even though it may be more difficult and more confusing over evil. The paradox of this choice is that while choosing goodness is not the easy choice, it does result in an easier life. This has all happened to me. I've done all this stuff. Often the good choice may not feel right, while the easier choice may feel initially better, but may result in a form of evil. A perfect example of this paradox is the concept of caretaking. Our doing model defines all caretaking behaviors as good. However, a large number of caretaking behaviors are not good. People who are being taken care of cannot feel a sense of mastery or control over their own lives. Therefore, the choice of goodness and the control over this choice belongs to the caretaker rather than the person who is being taken care of, which is the opposite of the intention. A form of evil may exist when the caretaker takes all the credit for the action and does not allow the recipient to have any power or control for ensuing consequences. In this case, the initial choice not to caretake may be the good choice, but it will not be the easy one. Making choices involves learning and practice. Practicing your goodness is a trial and error process. You are good. You can choose to practice your goodness. You can assume responsibility for your life and your behaviors. You can take care of yourself. You can believe in your own and others' goodness. In this way, you can become a role model for goodness. Wow. There's another very powerful lesson for you folks. I'm going to have another one for you tomorrow, which is lesson 14. Why can't the therapist change or fix me? You all remember to say 4 things to yourself in the mirror. I can be your psychiatrist, your therapist, your counselor. I am qualified because I am self-taught. Like I said, I don't need a certificate to help you. I've learned how to heal myself. Call me 458-232 to schedule your first 458-232-5238 to schedule your first therapy session. I'm here 24/7. Call me anytime. Say 4 things to yourself in the mirror daily, folks. And you can go ahead and get this book right now.